Hi, this is Jesse Liberty for Telerik. Today we're going to take a look at the masked input control. RadMaskedInput is part of the Telerik RAD controls for Silverlight and WPF control suite for .NET and XAML development. We're going to look specifically at using tokens to determine the input type with the masked text input, with the masked numeric input, and with the masked date time input. To get started, let's create a new application. Call that RadMaskedInput.tokens. Silverlight 5 is what we want. When the Telerik wizard comes up, we're going to tell it that we need a reference to input that will load input and all of its dependent references. As soon as Visual Studio is ready, we'll make some space in the grid. Let's add a Telerik RAD masked text input control. Set its margins, and then set the mask to 6 capital A's. Capital A's indicate a required alphanumeric field. Let's put a prompt so that we know what this entry mask is. So we'll use a text block, and we'll, in the text block, set the text to mask and 6 A's. We can copy and paste that and make another entry that is 6 lowercase a's. That's 6 alphanumerics not required. Then we can do the same thing with 6 capital L's. Those are letters that are required, so no numbers on this input. And in fact, we'll just use 4 of them. And then we'll do 4 lowercase l's to indicate letters that are not required for the 4th of our inputs. Let's put all of this into a stack panel and center the stack panel. Tidy that up just a bit so everything is indented properly. Reload the designer, and we are ready to run this application. The first field, as you remember, requires 6 letters. So it's marking it as required input until it receives all the alphanumerics, the 6 alphanumerics that are required. That could be uppercase, lowercase, or numbers with the capital A. Lowercase a is the same thing, numbers or letters, but they're not required. Uppercase L are required letters. Could be uppercase or lowercase as long as they're letters and you put in all 4. And lowercase l is letters but not a required number. With that under our belt, we'll see that this same pattern is repeated in principle with the other input controls as well. Let's come back to our source code, take out the stack panel that we have, and let's drop in a new stack panel that I've already saved so that you don't have to watch the typing, and this will be a series of RAD masked currency inputs. Here we have a currency pattern, a decimal pattern, a percentage pattern, and 2 forms of the digital pattern. Let's run that, and we've put in the value 111234 for every one of these, and you can see how they play out. The currency comes out as $111.234 on your currency. The decimal value is the same without the $sign. The percentage becomes 123.40%. The digits using a D is 111, but using a pound sign is 111.2. So with the pound sign, you get the decimal value on the digit pattern. Let's return to the source code and replace it this time with a RAD masked datetime input. Datetime input has many masks and tokens that you can use for formatting the date and time in various ways. Let's take a look at running that application to see the impact of each of these various tokens. You can see with a capital D we get the full date with the day and date. With an F we get that with the time. With a capital F we get all of that plus the seconds. With the G, we get the short date with the time. Capital G, we get the short date with the time in seconds. And then we have some simple masks, lowercase m for the month or uppercase M for the month, lowercase r or uppercase R for the day, date, and time, lowercase s for the formatting of 2012-04-10 with a T for time, 09-57-54, and lowercase t for just the time. I hope you were able to see that it's very easy to control the input in the masked input controls using tokens that describe how you want the data to be shaped. For Telerik, this is Jesse Liberty. I look forward to talking with you again very soon and hope that you will watch our continuing series on masked input controls. Thank you.